Maybe. Hello. Anyone out there?
In
Say
YouTube
anyone is?
land.
I don't see where it says.
Hello.
There. Oh, goodness. Guess I better turn the sound off. Yeah. Where does it say if anyone's on? I don't see that little thing. It says on my phone, 3.
Three?
Hello. Yep, 3 people.
You can see us, but we can't see you. I don't know what that little gizmo is.
Yeah, it's weird.
You said hello to us?
No, I said hello to the 2 people that are on.
Oh,
Silly. Who do we have here?
me. You.
So what are we going to talk about?
Well, there's not many people in here.
No. Oh, it's right there, it says.
Oh.
I thought it was down here.
It's way up yonder.
Yep.
So, you know, if you're out there, can you hear us okay? Or
Yeah.
I need to turn off the microphone? Or
And what would you like to talk about? Well, we could talk about the weather, I suppose. It was nice here. Ah, there we go. Hello. He's from Pennsylvania.
Allentown? We've been in Allentown.
Yeah.
Well, we've been through it.
Yep.
It's
His
like
girlfriend, Olga, and daughter. Aw. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us okay? I mean, is the microphone all right? Or I want to make sure everybody can hear my glowing voice.
Looks like you're the only one here right now. How's your weather over there?
They're in Pennsylvania. Ain't that far
Yeah.
away. Down there.
Sometimes it is.
It's down. That's
Oh,
fine.
down, yeah.
They're Southerners. They're in Pennsylvania.
And we're damn Northerners.
Yankees.
Damn Yankees.
Let me see
I
something.
don't know if they can hear us good or not. Can you hear us okay? Cool. Yeah, how'd you do that?
I went over here.
Yeah.
See those 3 little buttons?
A little chilly there, see? It is.
I wish it was chilly here. It's been hotter than a. I gotta think how to put this. It's been really warm.
Yeah.
Because if your daughter's here, I want to be family friendly. Anyways, these 3 little dots.
Yeah.
Click on that,
Oh.
and then it says add as moderator.
Oh.
Thing. There.
Cool.
No, he's a moderator. You get a wrench, buddy.
Hello, Olga. Nice to meet you.
Glad you enjoy our videos. We enjoy doing them. Something we like to do.
Yep, we love it. Ah, hugs. Hi, Stacy.
Hey, you made it. Stacy, so have you been around the area pretty much your whole life? Or, I mean, we've had some conversations and stuff, and you're pretty familiar. Nice. Yeah, that's
Yes.
how we feel too. I mean,
Yep.
I'm 50 and Eva's her age, and it's something we both like to do. It's I'm in the construction field, so I like the architecture of the dwellings or the buildings, and the biggest thing is figuring out why
Yeah.
why are they in the condition that they're in? Why are they so uh, why are they falling apart? Why do people leave them? And that's sometimes half of the fun too, and just imagining what went on there, whether it be a factory or a homestead. It's just really cool to do.
Yep. Puts a story with the building.
I mean, everybody puts stories to people and stuff like that. Why not a story to where the people grew up, or because like our motto says, every building has a story. There's a reason why it was built, and now there's a reason why it's been left. So we try and
Put it all together.
put it all together. Sometimes it works out good, and sometimes it doesn't. So Bliss, that's always been a happening town.
Yep. Israel and Olga are probably like, what? Bliss is a little town near the little town that we're in. It's actually smaller than the town we're in.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the thing, blink your eyes and miss it. Well, Bliss, if you blink twice, you miss it.
Yep.
Town we're in, you could probably blink 4 or 5 times.
But we like that way.
Yeah. I grew up here. I've lived here all my life. I've moved away a couple of times, but it's like a black hole and sucks you back in.
Yep.
And now I've been stuck here for the past 35-ish years.
Yep. More cows than people. Exactly.
Pretty much.
Yep.
What do you mean, Israel never visit another state? You've never visited another state? I'm surprised I can see that. My crappy eyeballs.
Yeah. Someday you'll have to. I recommend anyway. Travel around. That's what we like. Travel and see things.
We do it for our anniversary. I take a week off from work and try and schedule it to get the most out of it as possible, including weekends. And we do a proverbial spin the bottle, and that's the direction we're going. And we start doing a bunch of research, and then we figure out where we're going to go, where we're going to stay, and hope that the information that we get the research from is accurate. Places are still there, what have you. Sometimes it doesn't work out too well. Damn, I look old. Look at those bags.
Oh, no, you don't. Does he look old? I don't think you do.
What do they call that stuff there where they
Botox?
Stretches your face back?
No. Because that would say I look old.
No. Just because I look old doesn't mean you look old.
Uh-huh.
I'm the one that gets.
40 is different.
I'm the one that gets the funny looks in their face, like I'm robbing the cradle and stuff.
And that just told everyone how old I was.
If you listen.
Yep. So what do you guys want to know? Do you have any questions about what we do?
Try something real quick.
Okay. Or I don't know. What are you trying? Oh, cool.
Yeah, give that a shot.
Hmm.
When did we start investigating abandoned places?
Long time ago. Actually, before we started doing the videos, actually.
Before it was popular. Yeah. We did it like about 20, 25 years ago. We'd just be cruising down the road and see an old barn or an old building and slam on the brakes, pull over, and go in and check it out.
Yep.
Just somewhat recently, what, two years-ish,
Yeah.
we decided to do a channel and share it with people.
Yep. Maybe even going towards 3 years, I think.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yep. And I don't know. We just decided to finally just
Like the
pictures
bullet.
and video with it.
Like the bullet and bam.
You need a sponsorship.
Why, hello, CF.
Hello.
Long time no hear, buddy. How you doing?
Glad you got to make it on.
Yeah, we're still kind of new at this, so you know, I'm sure we're going to get little patches where we're just going,
like, what are we talking about now?
But that's what you guys should do too. Got any questions or? Hey, not a problem, CF. This is our second live stream.
Yep.
We figured we're probably going to do it like, what, once a month?
Yeah, about once a month. I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some other stuff we want to kind of incorporate with our channel. Because exploring things doesn't necessarily always have to be abandoned buildings.
Yep.
Burden Sands,
Hi.
hello, how are you? But you know, it could be just everyday life. Everyday life can be a exploratory kind of thing. I mean, we have some property outside of the town we're in. We got a camper out there. I've got a side-by-side, and I just recently got a GoPro, so I'm going to strap that on there and maybe do a little bit of filming with that.
Yep.
You know, because it's right, exactly, CF.
How are you, Cindy? Nice seeing you guys on here. The Rolling Hills.
Yeah, the lady that owns that is special. I had it set up. I would do snow plowing for her, and with the understanding at some point in time that we would have full access to the building. Now, if anybody's curious what Rolling Hills is, it's an old asylum that is supposedly haunted. It's been on like Paranormal Investigators and yada yada. But she reneged on her part of the deal, and so I lost complete trust in her. I haven't spoken to her since. I did a lot of snow removal for very, very, very cheap, with the understanding that we would have access, unrestricted access to this building.
Mm-hmm.
And because there is a lot of places that the public is not allowed to go, like the big cupolas that are up on top and stuff like that. But like I said, unfortunately she reneged on the whole side of the bargain.
Yeah. Which stinks, because I would have loved to have been able to, but yep.
Yeah, so that left a pretty bitter taste in my mouth, and I haven't spoken to her since.
Yes, go ahead, share it out. That would be great.
Shout it out to everyone.
Even though I'm extremely nervous still.
Yeah.
It's the second time. I'll get better at it.
I'm waiting for her to see her head go underneath the chair. I deal with public all the time anyway, so it doesn't really faze me. Well,
Yeah, you talk to strangers like.
yeah, I'll just
nothing.
walk up to anybody, and hopefully my keyboard don't explode. I just spilled precious coffee on a couple of keys.
Oopsie. Yep, also known as the Genesee Courthouse. That's right.
Who said that?
Stacy.
Yep. That's what it originated out to be. The cemetery is still back there, from what I understand. We're gonna go check it out one of these days. Somebody told us exactly how to get to it. Don't mind me, I'm wiping coffee out of my keyboard.
Ew.
Got it.
Ew.
Hey, can't waste coffee. But yeah, from what I understand, the cemetery is still there, kind of overgrown and stuff.
Yep. It'll be cool when we come across it, though.
Yeah.
Once we can locate it.
Well, like I said, we want to start incorporating. There's a lot of things I want to. Well, since I got a few people on here, and you've watched our videos, I want to get your opinion on some. When we talk to folks, and try and get information, I want to get their permission to actually physically record their voice and incorporate it with the video. Like a lot of you probably notice when the video starts, it'll have some music and the words, but on top of the words have their actual voice speaking the words that are written down. So I would literally type out the words and use their voice.
Thank you, CF.
Yeah, we sent out a what do you call it? Do hibby jimmy wibby thingy?
Oh, what?
About
Oh, like on Facebook?
yeah.
Yeah. Put a post. Abandoned places, are they your favorite to explore? Who are one or two of your favorite YouTubers?
Well, I would say one of my favorite ones is CF himself. He's got some great content. He does occasional live streams himself. He's the one that sort of got us over that little proverbial hump of actually doing it.
Yep.
We're kind of nervous. You got potentially numerous people watching you but you can't see them, so you can't see their facial expressions and what have you. But he's got, like I say, he's got great content. Real great guy. We've spoken numerous times.
This skeleton's chilly.
Yeah, he needs a little meat on his bones. That's Frank. He just sits back there and watches over everything, make sure we don't screw up. But he's pretty quiet.
Keeps to himself.
And my second, I would have to say,
Yes, definitely recommend checking him out.
Rich Discoveries. He does a little bit of a lot of stuff. He likes trains and stuff of that nature, which is cool. I like trains because I'm a gearhead. And he also does some abandoned places. So, you know, he does, you know, a few different things. He's just not restricted to abandoned buildings and stuff like that.
Yep.
Like we mentioned before, you know, you can, anything can be an exploration. It doesn't necessarily have to be abandoned buildings. You know, it could be, like I say, just everyday life. He sure does. See, putting it lightly, Charisma. But like I say, everyday life can be an exploration. You know, just sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time, or just living life. You know.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, now granted, what I do for work, nobody wants to watch that. Or you babysit
Yeah.
a 2-year-old. That's an
Chasing after a
adventure.
2-year-old. It is. He's a riot.
He's a ham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say that's my two favorite channels would be Exploring with CF and Rich Discoveries.
Yep.
I mean, you do have some bigger ones like Josh and stuff like that, and that's cool. Nothing against him. Strictly my opinion, he's sort of lost his roots of the whole urban exploring situation, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's more about the spotlight.
Yeah, we looked into that. And we narrowed it right down to the timestamps that you sent, and we could hear stuff that just, I mean, it's hard for me to make some things out.
Yeah.
Whether that's what it was, or was it, you know, some kind of background noise and stuff like that. See, me personally, I don't really believe that. She does.
I do. Yeah.
But you know, I'm a half empty kind of guy.
I'm half full.
Yeah, Olga, that is true. Well, like Israel was saying, in those spots in the video, he sent us times on there, and during that time we were in there, we never heard anything. And a lot of times that's when you could possibly hear something, is after the fact, when you watch it back or doing your editing and stuff like that. Now our last video was kind of a yeah, was kind of a flub up. I accidentally, when I was moving files from the memory card to my computer, I accidentally put 2 places in one file, not realizing it. So when I edited it, I had 2 places in one video. So sometimes when you watch it, you'll see it transition from one place to a totally different place that
Yep.
looks nothing of the same.
Yeah.
My bad.
That was the first time you ever did that, though. So
Yeah, as far as I know.
see ya.
Yeah.
And yeah, the last video is what we're talking about. So
Yeah.
said, yep.
Yep. Yeah. Because the one is where you folks are saying you could hear things. That was the second place. Yeah, I didn't realize it until when did I realize it?
After it was already uploaded.
Yeah, like way uploaded, already had a couple of views and this and that. So I'm just like,
Oops.
it is what it is now. I was thinking about putting editing a little bit and updating and saying you might see two different places here. Enjoy the view.
Yeah, see if you can hear anything. Yeah, there was a couple times we thought maybe it might have been like the click of my camera on a couple
Yeah,
of
like
comments people said,
the
too.
shutter sound.
Yeah.
Because that was like a
It was like a I don't know. Not that that's for all of the sounds that
That's
people
my
are saying,
camera.
but
yeah, this is
Yeah.
this is one of my cameras here. It's a Nikon. What's that saying? Got my readers up line. B something.
B500.
B500, 5500.
That's
Yeah,
500.
B500. This is Eva's camera. Pretty little red thing. Kodak.
Yeah. Hi, Urbexy. He's on now too.
Here, take a picture of a picture. And I don't know if you could hear that,
Yeah.
but that might have been the sound you heard. Maybe.
We're not sure, but yeah. Oh, thank you. She loves the sunflowers.
And you were so concerned. Is this okay? Yes.
I don't want to look silly on camera.
Just saying, CF, all the times we've talked back and forth. This is what you got. Scoot a little bit.
I can't. That's as far as I can get.
You road hog. Stay on your own side of the road. We're not in England. Rebecca, how you doing, buddy?
Do you guys have PayPal, etc.? And
No, we don't.
Israel said he'd love to donate to us, but we don't. I don't know how you do that.
I got to figure out how to set that up. That'd be cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Rebecca, yes, that was a B500. That's the camera I use. I mean, I do video and I take some pictures. Eva does the vast majority of the pictures.
Yep.
But sometimes, my eyes might see something different than hers, and as crappy as they are, and she'll see stuff that I don't. Oh, you do? Use the same camera? I like it. I got it. A buddy of mine bought it for his wife.
Thank you, CF.
It was way too complicated for her to figure it out, and they know what we do, so they asked if we were interested in it. I looked at it, took it for a couple days, took a couple pictures and stuff like that, liked it, and said, sure. Only got it for like $100.
Thank you, Israel. We really appreciate it. That's very, very kind.
Yeah, we're just, with the live streams, like I said, this is our second one, and so we eventually may set something up.
Were you able to get that the words off of it?
No,
'Cause
but I do.
let's see, he says he has the same camera.
Well, he don't know. He
Oh,
has
he
the
has
same
yours.
camera that I do.
Oh.
But here's a questioner, Betsy. You are a electronicologist. I have this. Where am I? Kodak. It is a PixPro AZ401. When Eva takes pictures with it, and I load them to, like I go to load them to the video. On the very bottom, it'll say Kodak still frame something or another. I mean, I can remove it off of with my editing software, and I've been trying to find a setting with inside here that will remove that. And I've gone through everything and I can't seem to. The only thing I didn't do is whisper sweet nothings in it. And I can't figure out how to get that off.
You should put,
Oh, yeah.
how do you do it? You showed me, now I don't remember how.
Would you like to feel the mouse? Go over to his name.
I'm not used to a mouse. I'm used to just kick.
Well, this isn't a tablet, my dear. There, we just made you a moderator, Betsy.
I don't think it worked. Did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
see?
there it is. Okay.
I've typed it into YouTube. Whether I'm wording it wrong because I'm not quite sure how to put it in a search thing. I've taken the exact words that are on there and say removing yada 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 from uploaded. Yeah, well.
He likes your shirt. And Stacy says she needs it on a scrub top.
I have all sorts of good shirts like this, and she gets me 99.995% of them. And there's some that she got me. What's it say? It's not that I don't like you, but I would unplug your life support to charge my cell phone. I wear that to work and show it to my boss. I think the favorite one she got me was, it says, sometimes I wake up grumpy, other times I let her sleep.
Aw, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, no, don't unleash Joker. Haven't heard much out of him lately, unless.
I hear from him on Facebook.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right, because you're friends. I don't have any friends. Puerto Rico.
Yep. Pennsylvania and Florida. So he has them
Wow.
all over the place.
Got an area covered. What's the weather like over you are, CF? Is it like really warm? I was gonna compare it to something else, but what was I gonna say? Sweating more than a lady of the night during confession.
$29 for the 42nd time. That's funny.
That's okay. I'm 25 twice. Really hotter than a hoo-hoo dilly is a good description. Oh yeah, they've been screaming hot over where we are. We've gotten up into the mid 90s, and the mugginess is so thick you could just
Yeah, the heat index was over 100. It was like 105, I think it
yeah.
was.
I think yeah,
110, something like that.
yeah. The mugginess you could just literally just take a knife and then I work in the stuff. I do spray foam insulation. So you're in an attic. That's hot. The material I use is hot. And then it has a reaction, which makes it hotter. And I'm in a Tyvek suit, a full Tyvek suit with a full face respirator and gloves. So yeah, I'm just melting down. Oh yeah, it's when it gets that hot and muggy, it's just you can't do nothing. It's almost like being the opposite of freezing cold, literally. But the heat's just like the freezing cold. If it gets too cold, you can't even operate.
Yeah.
Especially my joints.
No.
They're all popping and cracking and seizing up, and making funny noises.
I was laughing at Stacy. She said that to a coworker, and I bust out laughing.
What's that?
You're
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Cindy, you got a GoPro? I just recently got one. I got a Hero 8.
I have no clue.
I'm gonna strap it on my front end of my side by side and go screaming through my trails in the woods, just to put it to the test. As soon as I get it back, after it broke.
Yeah, the second time.
The second time.
Yeah, it better not this time.
Oh, I will be.
Knock on wood.
I will be beyond pissed. I will just lose my feces. See, I didn't say.
Yep, having the air conditioning definitely can help.
Yeah, the only problem with AC is you're inside of a building. It's nice and cool.
Mm.
And then you go outside and it feels like it's 200 degrees instead of just 90. And then your body gets accustomed to that temperature. And then you go back inside and the THO factor is just off the charts. Yeah, unfortunately, even when it does get that hot, this guy's still working.
Yep. But you gotta be careful because you've gotten heat, what is it, heat stroke or something?
Heat stroke.
Yeah.
Which I've had 4 times. And I've had heat exhaustion more times than I can count.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, yeah, so you're going from hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold. Your body's saying, what in the hell are you doing to me?
Kayaking. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about kayaking. Not that I'm afraid of water or nothing. It's just, I don't know. I'm afraid to drown.
Skydiving, that one is just,
Yeah, no.
I can't do that.
All I picture was skydiving. Yosemite Sam from the old great Bugs Bunny. I remember a little kid watching Saturday morning cartoons, Yosemite Sam jumping out of a plane, his beard's all up there, going down through, he pulls the cord and dirty laundry comes out. That's all I picture. Yeah.
Drinking beer and relaxing. Yep, days like that. Nothing.
Yeah,
No.
I can't relax. I got to be doing something.
Yeah, that is true.
According
You
to
don't stop.
according to her, and Victoria, our daughter,
Hmm.
I'm what?
A workaholic.
No, hyper. or
Oh,
something?
you're very hyper.
Not
Oh, you
hyper.
are. He's hyper. He is.
I just like getting shit done.
You don't see him right now, but he is. Ah, ticks. Yuck. Yeah.
Yeah, ticks suck.
Mm-mm.
Remember quite a while ago, my son, we were at a gas station, and he goes, "Hey, there's something on my stomach." And I looked, it was a tick, and its head was just inside there. So he's like, "Well, how do I get it out?" And I just told him, I said, "I don't know, pull it out." So he's like, "Okay." Then he pulls it out, and the head was still in there. He popped the head off,
Yeah.
and that's where you can get the nasties. From what I understand, you can get the Lyme disease and
Yeah,
all
you have to
that
get
stuff.
all of it removed.
So here we are, right next to the pump at the gas station. Took a utility knife and just sort of cut it out. Cindy, a friend of mine gave me I guess it's called a cheat sheet for GoPros for settings and stuff like that, like the best setting to have for whatever you're doing. If you want me to, send me an email address in our Doojibby there, Instagram, and I'll send you a copy of it and see if that can help you out with settings and stuff like that. I look at it and it's sort of foreign to me. I just keep pushing buttons till I'm happy with what I got.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is hard to get them out with the head attached, especially if they're burrowed in. From what I understand, you could take vegetable oil and dump it on the spot, and that'll basically like suffocate them a little bit where they can't get air, so they'll back out. What else? Salt.
Yes, I'm burning them.
Burning them, yep. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you want to be careful with that. You know, you got your skin.
Mhm.
Yeah, Cindy, do that. It might take me a day or so. I mean, I got a lot of stuff rolling around in this melon of mine, and I have a tendency to forget stuff. So you remind me. That's how you now.
Great. And we know how that'll go.
Yep, it'll be 6 months before you get it.
Some things I'm really good at remembering, so I don't know.
Yeah, like cooking stuff. I am not a cooker. Alcohol, that would make sense too.
For what?
Alcohol
Oh,
hand
yeah.
gel.
Oh.
Dear
Yep.
that, or they get ripped. Whee!
Mhm.
Oh, wrong alcohol.
We do both actually, Olga. We sometimes we just drive and whatever we come across, then we'll stop and explore that place. But then other times we, plan it out.
A lot of
Yep.
times during the winter time,
Yeah.
because cold, cold sucks. And the cameras and the equipment don't particularly like cold. I've thought I've lost video because of cold. So sometimes in the wintertime, what we'll do is she's got a notebook and we'll just drive and we'll write stuff down. I got an app that shows a map of where you're at, and you hit the little thing and it'll tell you the house number, because sometimes old places don't have house numbers, And if it doesn't show up, you know, we'll go a little ways down the road, find a house. There's a house number, and she'll put little notes in her notebook. You know, she'll put the house number, back, quarter mile, half mile, whatever.
Yep.
Give a little brief description of it. And
They just get wasted. Haha.
that would be nice.
Mhm.
It's almost as bad as ticks, chiggers. Those are mostly down south. Remember Victoria fell into the nest of them?
Oh yeah, that was really, really bad.
She was
That was
like
super bad.
covered.
I was having to pick for a while. Yep. Israel said, would we like to meet other YouTubers? Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we definitely would. There's quite a few people we'd love
Like
to meet.
CF, I want to meet in person. You know,
He's-
that would be great.
He's like number one on our list. And Rich and Cindy and
Mhm.
there's
Yep.
numerous people we'd just love to meet. You know, and people automatically think, you know, the big name people. You know, big name people's fine. I like more, I don't want to say realistic, but average. The average people, the average Joe, the average explorer. You know, I consider us average.
Yeah.
You know, we have our everyday life. I go to work, she babysits, you know, I mow lawns, but we also do urban exploring.
Mhm.
You know, to me, that's the average person. To where some of these big name people, they make a living off of it. You know, they have an old,
RJ, hi.
they have a whole entourage, I guess you could say. She's my entourage, but you don't carry my stuff.
Well, sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's right. Sometimes I carry yours, so we'll switch.
Yeah, more often.
How do you pronounce midgets? Midgets? Midgets?
What are you
I don't.
looking at?
What or Betsy said.
Oh. Midges?
That's almost. That's almost like what a chigger is.
Yeah, chiggers. Yeah.
They look like
They are really
Little
tiny
mini-
and burrow under the skin.
little mini satans. Yeah, it's hard to describe what they look like. They almost look like little crabs, don't they?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, sort of, in a roundabout way. They're
Itty
tiny.
bitty. Yep.
I mean, I gotta have readers, and I got a hard time seeing them with that. So I have to take my phone out and magnifying glass and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Seed ticks.
Hmm.
Oh, they sound evil. I'm a little seed tick.
Oh, the USA version of midges is chiggers. That makes sense. Okay.
Gnats, mosquitoes. Yeah. Well, the property we got a camper out in the woods, and it's minutely funny. She could be eaten alive by mosquitoes, and they totally stay away from me.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be sitting this far apart, and she is just getting chowed down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just sitting here
Every
just
time.
sipping a beer.
Yep.
Right? Because you got sweet blood. I got that nasty sour coffee blood. They don't like my stuff. You probably know I'm grumpy.
Rarely seen ticks out in the desert.
Well, yeah, but you got the what are the sand fleas?
Oh yeah, sand fleas. They gotta have those, right?
I would assume so. They're majority in the desert because there's sand and fleas. I would think.
As for clegs, what's a cleg?
Clegg. What's a clegg, Rebexy? I mean, best.
Yep.
I'm almost thinking, CF, that it's, see, like, I drink a lot of coffee. I mean, I'm sure way too much. Oh, houseflies.
Oh, horseflies.
I think I'm horseflies.
Yeah,
Those
suck.
things are
They're very mean.
nasty. But CF, I think because I drink so much coffee, the acid content in my skin or my body is really high. So I think that may turn them off. Yeah, go back to horseflies. Yeah. I grew up on a small farm, and horseflies would get on the backs of cows, and they would lay eggs just underneath the skin. So now you got the larvae
Ew.
underneath the skin, and it looks like a big, huge zit. It'll be a big lump, off
Yeah.
the skin and everything. And we used to take used motor oil. They had a little squirt bottle. We in the hole, because you could see the hole, and from doing that, they would try and wiggle their way out because you're blocking their airway, and then we would literally pop it like a big zit, and that thing would just go bing, shooting out at about.
Ew.
Oh yeah, it was great. Then we learned how to use a box wrench and do it with a box wrench.
RJ wants. So give him a hint. What's our next explore?
A business that somebody got way in over their head. They sunk everything they had into it, and they tried to get too big too fast, and it didn't pan out the way they wanted to, and they pretty much lost everything. They bought cars, not fancy dancy cars. They bought cars and stuff like that, boats and RV, and just for whatever reason, instead of trying to liquidate some stuff and get their marbles together and get back to what they wanted to do with their business, they just walked away from it. So the cars and everything are still there. The business, there's still some equipment there, some vehicles, but they just
Yeah, and it's been like that for
quite some
a
time.
long time. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy that lives across the road from it. He knows quite a bit about it, so I gotta stop. And I know him a little bit. We did siding on his barn. My boss knows him real well, so I'm gonna get with my boss to get with him to get something connected together. It's really good. It's nice when you have someone with a ton of information, especially older people, because they just always have a lot of information. But like one video we did with a business that was a greenhouse, they grew roses. We got permission from the current property owner, and he's like, yeah, go on back there and have at it, which is cool. It's always great to have permission, especially with someone with knowledge.
Yep, that definitely helps. What else?
Yeah.
Dull moment. uh,
Yeah, we hopefully, if things go the way we hope,
Mhm.
there may come a point in time when we are going to travel the country.
Yep.
You know,
Can't
start out, you know, like doing one of these things and just expand out, expand out, expand out. What's your top want to see type of explorers?
Well, a prison would be really cool, like a old abandoned prison.
Yeah.
A castle would be really awesome, like a real like castle.
Yeah, I'm not going to England.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty much about the only place.
Oh, they're all
There
over
are
the
some
place,
over
you know.
here, but they're not like.
They're not a genuine.
Yeah.
You want like England, Scotland. Scotland's got some cool ones. The youngsters are doing pretty good, RJ. Staying out of trouble ish. Um, that's about it. She's a hard worker,
Yep.
which is good. Yeah, we've done a couple like little tiny tight malls, CF. We did a bowling alley. And you know, houses, you know, I think houses are, it depends on the house. I like the older Victorian style house, the farmhouse, colonial houses. But, you know, again, like our little motto says, every building has a story.
Yep.
There's a reason why it was built, and now there's a reason why it's fallen to shambles.
Mhm.
And we like trying to connect the dots.
RJ said it's got to be a haunted prison. That would be pretty cool. Like, in an old hospital with tunnels underneath would definitely be awesome.
Well, we did do Binghamton.
Yeah, and it had, but it wasn't really.
It wasn't necessarily a tunnel
Right.
per se.
Yeah.
It was just a really short basement. Like I'm 5'7" and I had
Short and long.
to crouch. Yeah, really long.
Yep.
But yeah, hospitals are cool too. We're like I said, we've done a hospital.
Yeah.
Anything, you know. We don't mind.
Ooh. Well, if we're ever out that way, that down the line, that would be cool.
What's up?
Nevada. There's an old abandoned prison.
Well, we're going to be going this August. We're going to be going to Ohio. That's where we're going for our anniversary weekend. We'll be married 23.
Yes.
23 years. And but you know, since time is limited, you know, we sort of figured out the 3 counties along the Ohio border, but there is one on the other side of the state, an abandoned prison.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what goes on. You know, not everything we've researched may be there anymore.
Yep.
So we have to.
Oh. That would be pretty cool too.
Yay!
In Mexico.
Yeah, our anniversary's in August. That's why sometimes if you watch some of our videos, it'll indicate our anniversary. That was potentially from last year.
Yeah. Yep.
I seen Gowanda. Where did I see it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Stacy said there are tunnels under the old Rwanda hospital. Hmm.
Yeah.
We tried to. There was a lot of patrolling.
Yeah, there was an awful lot of patrolling.
Yep. Yeah, we were going to do that one actually.
Yeah, but I think it's shut down now. I don't think it's no longer a prison because of cutbacks in the state or whatever. I think Gowanda is now closed.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? I know something Livingston County,
Oh,
and Gowanda's
I'm pretty
Livingston
sure.
County.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But-
Well, I don't know what county, but I'm pretty sure that it's closed.
But I talked to a guy that's familiar with all that, and they went through and buttoned everything up. So I sort of said, "Hey, what's the chance you can get in there?" And he just sort of giggled and said, "None." So
Yep.
they still, being state run, they still have the electric on, cameras are still active, and they still monitor it even though no one is in there. Tax dollars hard at work. Absolutely, CF. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Believe me, she puts up with a lot of stuff, don't you?
Yeah. But you put up with some stuff, mine too. So.
I sure do. A lot of people,
Like when I get hangry.
which is coming out pretty soon. We go into a store or something. The way we talk to each other is amusing. And
Hi,
there-
hike with Mike.
there's people that probably think I am the biggest jerk on some of the things I say. But that's our sense of humor.
Yeah. Yep. I know how to take it. So, where some people are just like, what the heck?
See, that guy's a dick. Hike with Mike. How you doing, buddy? Long time no hear. What you got in there?
Water
Ooh.
with a water drop. Water's good for you. You should drink more.
I do.
Not with coffee. You need some more. Okay.
Okay, she's out of the room now. You talk. Oh, hey. Yeah, we've been together for almost 31, 32 years. So we've been married. We'll be married August. We'll be married for what did I say, 23, and so she knew exactly what she was getting before she married me. And unfortunately, some people either force their significant other to change, or people act fake or whatever. That's not worth it. And to have someone try and change you as a person, that doesn't work. I've always been outspoken. I speak what's on my mind. Sometimes a little too outspoken, but that's the way I am. And she's always been okay with it. And Now, when I first met her, she was the epitome of a church mouse. You know, there could be a party and everything's going on around, and she'll just be in a corner by herself, not talking to anybody. And then her and I got together, and I sort of brought her out of her shell. And now sometimes she don't shut up. No, I'm just kidding. No, she keeps me out of trouble. She keeps me in line. Keeps my head straight. Yeah, sometimes it's really hard for me to bite my tongue on certain things. I mean, I deal with the public a lot, being in construction and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm always I'm the kind of person I can alter my attitude, I guess you could say, to the person I'm talking to, on how they are, so I can easily communicate with them on their level, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's the right comparison or the right terminology, but you know, of course, you always be respectful to people. You know, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. You know, stuff like that. And if some people don't like that, I'm not a ma'am, I'm not a sir, I'm Frank, or call me Joe, or Lori, Lucy, Linda, whatever. Thank you, dear.
Welcome.
I have that problem sometimes, or also, or Betsy. You know, a situation will go by, and later on it's like, oh, I should have said yada yada. But then there are times when later on it's like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But so, what do you think?
What?
I don't know.
I'm just gotta catch up here.
Be a speed reader. See, I was talking good stuff about you, saying how awesome you were, and you keep me out of trouble. Wrong one. That doesn't look right. Look at the bottom of the screen.
Oh.
She's moving the mouse. If you want, you can put it up on top. Oh, okay.
Oh, what did I do?
I don't know.
See, that's why I shouldn't touch it. No.
Yep, you're good.
I was just gonna scroll up.
Yeah, you can. There you go. You should be able to just hit this little wheel thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was we all talking about?
You.
Oh.
No pressure.
Good night, Stacy. I don't know if you're already off, but
Oh.
I just saw that she's
Sorry, missed it.
putting the little one to bed. So night night.
Take care. Yeah, you're exactly right, Urbex. People should not be fake for anyone. I mean, if you can't be yourself around someone, then it's no point in being around them. If they can't accept you for you, then I mean, the way I am right now, you know, you get people, oh hey buddy, and you know, we should hang out and have a couple. Nah, my friend quota is filled. You know, I have a very small friend pool, I guess you could say. You know, I know, don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people, but they're all just acquaintances. I can literally count on one hand my true friends. You know, that a situation could arise and I could call them up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and say, man, I'm in a situation. Can you help me out? And usually by the time I hang up the phone, they're at my door.
Yep.
But on the same token, they know they can do that with me too. And that's the way, things should be. It shouldn't always be, well, I'll help you if you do this, or no, it shouldn't be like that. That's funnier, Betsy. Well, her cousin.
Yep.
Good dude.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Big dopey dude, but he stutters. And you want to finish the sentence for him, but a lot of times, well, I can't say a lot of times, for him, he gets kind of offended if you do that, if you finish the sentence for him.
Yep.
So you just have to sit there and let him spit it out, literally. He's a good dude though. He's like I say, he's just a big dopey good dude.
Didn't remain in employment there much longer. Oh no. Oh boy.
Did he say you were fired in a letter?
That's awesome, Israel. Him and his fiance have a good relation.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
I see so many, especially younger people. They have no clue. I'm 50, and I still like to think as myself as old school, to where people nowadays just don't care. I mean, it's sad. They, with a lot of things, they don't take time to be in a relationship. It's hey, how you doing? Let's bang, whatever. And you know what I mean? People don't get to know each other anymore. Yeah, that is true. Well, see, I'm 70s. I was born in 71. And, a lot depends on the said parents. Our daughter, she's a good kid. And she has a lot of the old school-ish aspects, but in a newer generation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, it don't. Yeah, I look young. I look pretty freaking rough right now. It's been a long week at work. Let me tell you what. I probably lost about 25 pounds in water weight from sweating.
Yikes.
Yeah, maybe not 25, probably about 20-ish. But replenish with coffee. Oh, wow, that's hot.
You look a lot younger than a lot of other guys your age, though.
Oh, I remember, like, I occasionally run across some people I went to school with. Oh, they're about 385 pounds, balder than a bean. It's kind of amusing.
Yep, total different planet.
But again, that's their upbringing, This is strictly my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. A lot of this stuff that's going on today started with everybody's a winner. Everybody gets a trophy. No one's a loser. You came in last place, but you're still a winner.
Where's the motivation to get you to try harder?
Right.
Because it doesn't matter.
And so now those kids are adults raising kids.
They think you look like Mike Rowe.
That's a compliment. Mike Rowe's a cool dude. I do dirty jobs,
Yep, yes, you do.
but you know, those kids are now growing up and raising kids with that mindset, and it's just a shit show along the way. And you know, that's not how life works, in my opinion. You know, if you lost,
I've never seen the comparison, but gee, what?
oh gee, now she's breaking out to Google.
I gotta see.
He's got a longer jaw. Maybe if I shave, you see it. He's got a little bit longer jaw, a little bit
That's
narrower
pretty
face,
cool. He
a
looks
little,
like someone
little
famous.
bit deeper voice. Well, it is quite the range, RJ. Well, that's the thing, Rebecca. It's, you know, so now you've got these people that think pay wise they should get top dollar for being dumber than a stump. And it doesn't work that way. There's one with him in a hat. Bring that one up.
Okay.
Yeah, hold it up.
Now do a goofy grin. Oh, I don't think they can see. It's got too much. I have to go up to the camera. Oops. On it.
It might not show up.
I don't know if it will.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go
that
up to
guy.
the camera. There we go. Now do the goofy grin. There you go.
Put it focused on that. Mike Rowe's a cool dude. Yeah, he's my brother from a different mother. Twinsies. Hey, somebody ought to try and see if they can know how to get in contact with him and say they found his
twinsy.
his twinsy.
I don't think I have a famous twin.
Well, I'm famous around these parts.
Yeah. Yep, everyone knows your name.
Even the cops.
Yep.
But we're not in a bad way.
Yeah. Used to be.
Yeah.
You used to be like, bleep the cops. Yep.
That would be cool, CF. Explore with us for a dirty job show.
Yeah,
We would have
that
to-
would be awesome.
We would have to find the dirtiest, nastiest, stankiest place.
the
And you-
garbage house or the house of piss and mirror.
Yeah, that was horrific.
Mhm.
Even by my standards, I can eat things that'll make a belly go puke. And that kind of sort of got the old guts a churning a little bit. Yeah. We I'm blind, can't see.
What's up?
XLA,
Yeah,
XLA.
excellent.
That's-
Don't know what that is. What is that?
Almost time for another hair clipper.
Victoria. Hey, she hasn't popped in yet.
9 o'clock, she's probably putting little stinky
Yep.
out of bed.
Battling it out with him. I don't want to go to sleep.
Oh, an old slaughterhouse. That would be frequently cool.
That would be. Yep. Oh,
Speaking of large fingers,
yeah. It's like stuck that way, I think.
yeah, it's permanently like that. Check that
Yep.
bad boy out. Well, you can't
Crooked.
see it. No, I'm not flipping everybody off, and I'm not flipping her off, but you can't see it. I got a good healthy scar that goes from here
Bring it up
all
closer to the camera.
maybe partially. That's
Kinda. Yeah.
That's about 3 weeks old. It was down to the meat. No,
Yeah.
about 4. Yeah, about 3 weeks.
And it was
The lawnmower
like
blade jumped
9
out and grabbed it.
stitches.
9 or 10, something like
Yeah.
that.
Here, Bexy, what happened?
Well, you see, I got into an argument with my lawnmower, and it came out and kicked my ass. No, I was mowing my dad's lawn. He has an extremely large lawn. It was moderately tall. Went through, mowed it all first, and I have a pull behind vacuum that hooks to the discharge of the mower. And since the grass was tall and kind of moist and everything, the chute clogged up, which is not uncommon. So normal ritual, throw the arms out on 0 turn, turn the deck off, throttle it down, unhook a couple of straps, get it unclogged. And there's always a big, huge clump of grass there because, well, it clogged. You grab it, throw it in the chute. Well,
Hold on 1 second. See you later, Cindy. She has to head out. she
okay,
said.
take care, Cindy. Thanks for
Thanks for
stopping in.
stopping in. Okay, sorry.
It clogged up. I shut it down and cleared it out. When the big clump of grass was right there, I reached in to grab it. Well, when I shut the deck off, it didn't shut off. It's got the electric clutch to it. There must have been a chunk of crap inside of it or something, and it didn't shut off. Now, normally you would hear the deck going, "Woo." Well, I have a motor about 5 feet away from me from the vacuum screaming, so you can't hear it. And since it was such low RPMs and a big chunk of grass right there, you couldn't see it either. And it whacked my finger 3 times before I even knew what happened. And immediately I thought, I just chopped off 1, 2, all of my fingers.
Hi,
And,
Tiana.
and keeping a level head, because first thing majority of people do would just be start freaking out, which in turn your heart rate's going to go up, which is going to make you pump blood more. And I was bleeding pretty profusely.
Tiana.
And
Oh,
and so after getting my marbles together, and I made a fist to stop the bleeding, I managed to look down and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Got all my fingers. So I unhooked everything and loaded my stuff up, and then I got a hold of her and said, "Hey, get some medical supplies together because this is nothing new." She's seen a lot of my blood.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so when I got home, I looked at it, scrubbed it off, and it whacked me on top of my knuckle on my one finger and a couple of my other fingers. It just, light. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But when I got to this middle one, you can see like right into my finger.
Yep.
And I'm back. Where'd you go?
Neosporin and electrical tape, Tia said.
Well, that's kind of sort of, if it, what I looked at it, and
Lucky if I cut the finger off for
fat,
Bexy.
the fat in this lower part of my finger was literally like hanging out.
You have to say hi to Tiana. She's waving at the TV and stuff. Hi, Tiana. There.
But the fat that's in the finger was literally starting to spill out and everything. So I stuffed it back in and said, well, I suppose I got to go to the hospital. And they're like, oh, it's going to take months to heal. And I said, nah, a couple weeks. So in about 2 weeks, I had my daughter take out the first 4 stitches up on top. And then about 3 or 4 days later, I took the other stitches out. And here we are now. So I think it's permanently like that. Well, bad finger. And I'm sure there's some tendon damage. And,
Glad you didn't sharpen the blade before cutting.
well, what it was is it's like a mulching blade. So on top of the blade, like where the blade would curve up, instead of being just like a normal curve, it has teeth. Well, the teeth is what caught me. And luckily, it didn't grab onto my ring finger, because then it probably would have just sucked me right in. And yeah, that would be a whole different story. Was the fat detached from the muscle? In some spots, yes, it was. Like in the center part of it. The kid that stitched me up, he was like a student. And so the main doctor, he's like, hey, you know, he's a student. Is it okay? I'm like, staple it together. I don't care. But he got going and he started digging out some grass and stuff like that. And they left, and I'm looking at it, and I can still see some pieces of grass. So I'm reaching inside of it and pulling some grass out and everything. And then he ended up taking a pair of tweezers and pulling on some grass, and he grabbed onto a vein, and he's tugging on it, and it's not coming out because, well, you know,
Yeah,
it's
that was so
attached.
gross. Yeah.
And when he's doing it, I could feel it like up in my forearm a little bit, and I'm like, that's attached. So he let go, and as soon as you let go, it started squirting blood and everything.
Yeah, you didn't really want to go, but it kind of like made you.
Well, that I knew.
I called Victoria and told her to come over, and yeah.
That I knew was going to be, you know, kind of potentially bad when you got like your finger guts sort of
Ew.
hanging out and you have to stuff it back in.
Okay, change the subject.
Well, the only thing with that CF, it was pretty wide. I mean, it opened it up a good, I would say almost a quarter inch. It was opened up sideways about a quarter inch. So I think that might have been a little bit much for the super glue.
Yeah. Rebexy sounds like he had something pretty close. Oh.
Nah, they gave me these super duper antibiotics, and I took, I don't know, half of them. My immune system is phenomenal. I heal. She thinks I'm a starfish sometimes. I heal incredibly fast. Yeah, there is a lot. There was quite a bit of blood. My shirt from about my chest down to my knees and my pants was pretty covered. But like I say, as soon as it happened, I made a fist. That way it would plug off any bleeding within about, I don't know, a minute and a half. My entire hand was just a big, huge blood clot, basically. And so when I got to the house, I dipped it in water and started cleaning it off. And we had some betadine in there. We have all the normal medical supplies for my injuries.
Have we ever explored an abandoned funeral home? Not yet.
No, but man, that would be cool.
Yep.
There's a lot of things we would like to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot has to do with timing and.
Poor CF, yummy. Like, yeah, yuck.
Hey, that's the perfect dinner conversation. Used to see some of the dinner conversations we have.
Mm-hmm. It's typical in our house.
Yeah, it's nothing new. We won't discuss it though.
Yeah,
there's
there's been
that
some of the stuff we have talked about.
that you probably should not discuss at the dinner table.
No, normal households would be like, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. But hey, we may not be the typical kind of family.
Yeah.
And like I said, some of you folks we've talked to numerous times, and now you get to put a face.
They've seen my face a little more.
Oh yeah,
often.
that's right. Well, and you're
Right, and that too. See, that is so funny.
what chicka wow What time is it? 9:30.
Is it really already? Wow.
It's your bedtime.
Huh.
It's damn near my bedtime.
Usually you fall asleep in the chair.
Sorry.
That's okay.
At least I don't snore much.
Much.
It's pretty bad when you wake yourself up snoring. You do that kind of thing.
Yikes.
Jump. What the hell was that? Well, that was me.
So has anyone got any good plans for summer? Gonna do anything fun? Oh no.
Yeah.
I just snorted. Oh no. Gosh. Oh boy.
Come out of there.
Yep. All of YouTube world.
Why your face so damn red?
Yeah. Oh. See,
Yeah.
I roll around laughing now. Yeah.
Nice shade of red. Exactly. You've been out in the sun too long? No, you're just blushing.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say what's that, but I don't want to know.
You should be getting paid for that stuff. What the hell? Oh,
Y'all too funny. Oh boy.
CF, you're going to be doing any more live streams that you're contemplating in the future?
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, I am chain smoking. Holy jeez. Well, that's our cue to go. Yeah, I'm surprised Victoria didn't show up.
I know. No, she must have been. He was a stinky today. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, between everyday work and I do lawn mowing on the side, and she's helping her getting her garden and flowers and stuff like that. But
We should have did a before and after. That would have been cool. Like,
well, we could just fill it all back in and
no.
redo it. Digging will be easier. Yeah, it's hard nowadays it's hard trying to make money nowadays. But you got, excuse me, more money going out than you do coming in.
Mm-hmm.
We won't talk about that right now.
Yep, for sure.
Because I could go on a whole tangent about that stuff. I all I gotta say is I am really thankful uh, that my boss puts fuel in my truck and it's diesel because I use my personal truck 98% of the time for work. So he puts the fuel in it and we sort of split maintenance. Like if I change the oil or if it's time for an oil change, he pays for the oil and filter. I do it. I change the oil and I don't charge him the labor. Tires, we're going to set up a thing. He'll buy two, I buy two. You know, it's a give and take thing. I've been with my boss for 30-ish, 30, 31 years. So him and I have a pretty good, you know, working relationship. And he's also a buddy of mine. He's a friend. But even though he's my boss, you know, I still know he's the boss. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Because he even says that too. He's like, "You're more of the owner than I am. It's just my name on the place," and that's fine. But yeah, let's go, Brandon. Oh, I should have wore that damn hat. I should
Yeah.
have put the flag up. I
Yeah.
should have done something, but I didn't. I wore that because she got me a sweatshirt that says that. I wore it in front of my boss, and he is hardcore Brandon, and it's hilarious. Him and I will have rather deep discussions about it. And when I state facts to him, he doesn't quite know how to handle it. And of course, it's always somebody else's fault.
You should give him one too.
RJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I can, where did I do it? There it is. Is that the
You
right
showed
one?
me and I still don't.
Do you want to try it?
No.
Where'd he go? Right there. RJ. Dink. Dink. There we go. Hey, I dinked you. Why didn't you do it? Dink.
You didn't?
What in the hell?
Oh no.
There we go.
Oh.
There.
Yeah.
RJ's a moderator now. You're among the elite. I like that CF. I've seen a few of those. You know, I don't want to go on the political side here or nothing, but I just don't understand how. I mean,
Mhm.
I just don't. I mean, there's theories and stuff like that, but unfortunately, it took this to make a lot of people open their eyes to the reality of what has happened. And it's, oh no, you already got me going now. It's, you know,
I think that elderly people who have senile should go in homes.
yeah, before they fall down
Right.
repeatedly. But I've talked to a lot of, you know, I have some friends that are on the other side of the political spectrum, and they are definitely having voters remorse. And the vast majority of the people that I have spoken to, the reason they went with said jackass is because it's not the other guy. Pick up what I'm laying down.
Yeah. Trying to talk all around stuff
Yeah.
so we don't get whatever.
Well, I mean, you know, fuck it.
Oh.
Oops. Sorry.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. Too late.
You know, it's I just don't understand the stupidity of people. That's just because somebody's got some mean tweets and you know this and that, they just yeah, screw off. Bet you they're wishing that $2 a gallon gas and a couple mean tweets sounds awesome right now. But on the other side of
So yeah.
my dad, he's 93. He was in Korea. And the state of the country, what the country is right now, he is just livid.
I have, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Israel, I never really liked politics myself because at the time I felt that it didn't really affect me because I was young and stupid. But the more I looked into it, the more I realized, hey, this does affect me. This affects my family. This affects my livelihood. And, you know, I by no means am, you know, what do you call it? Politicologist or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. But, you know, it's scary the direction of the country.
Yeah.
That is exactly right, CF. I mean, I don't think people realize just how much it affects us in positive and negative ways. I mean, I respect the office, but I don't respect the person that's in said office. You know, okay, we're going to get off this because I'm just going to start.
So ever abandoned, I can talk, explore an abandoned water park?
We would really like to. We found an abandoned amusement park. And we got in contact. We didn't get in contact with the owner, but we got in contact with someone that knows the owner. They were like a middleman kind of thing. And I told him what we do and this and that, what we would like to do. And he said, okay, you know, I'll get a hold of them and I'll let you know. A little while later, he calls me back and he said, sure, they said you can go and explore it. But the lady wanted $5,000.
Yeah. $5,000.
$5,000. And I'm like, you're kidding me, right? And apparently, from what I got from it, because we have a YouTube channel, they automatically think we make all sorts of money and blah, 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 blah. And I explained to the guy, I'm like, that's not the case. I said, we make zero money,
Yeah.
zero off of YouTube, and we're not doing it for the money.
Yep.
I said, I'll give you $50. And that it was a lady. Well, it was a guy that I was talking to, but a lady that owned the place flat out said, nope, can't do it.
Yep. That's greed.
It is, but again, just like that, we like telling the story. Here's an amusement park. It was built for families to come have fun and yada yada. And because of ABC, it's now covered in pigeon poop. And we wanted to tell that story. And yeah, exactly, CF. It stinks. It's greed. It's exactly what it is.
Yep.
And the person that I was talking to, he agreed. He goes, yeah, that's ridiculous. He goes, that's not right. He goes, but unfortunately, I can't give you permission. It's not my property. And I told him, I said, I thanks for trying to help out. And, we appreciate it and this and that. And
Yep. So that one was out.
yeah, see, there's a lot of places we would like to check out, but we know that it's inaccessible, and we're not going to force our way in. That's not what we do. Our history, CF. I still haven't found out who did all that graffiti or the tagging.
Yep. I don't know if we'll ever find out
Well, it stopped. That's the important thing.
that we know of.
Oops, sorry. That's true.
We haven't heard anymore.
We haven't heard any more about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a higher up YouTube channel that did a place that we did previously, and I think J&M also did it. J&M Explorers, they're a great channel too. And they're the ones that brought it to our attention. And somebody tagged our channel name in spray paint in places in a couple of buildings, I guess, within a particular area. It wasn't like all over the place. And
I can't remember what area, but
it was where the hell was it? It was somewhere in Catskills.
oh, is
That's
that
where
where
it
it
was,
was?
And
Thank you, Israel.
yeah, thanks. We appreciate it. Yeah, it is kind of messy these days, especially, you get these little snots that vandalize and cause damage and arson. And it gives
Yep.
legitimate explorers. Oh, you just messaged J&M?
Aw,
Oh,
okay. That's okay.
That's
Yeah.
all right. I appreciate it though.
Yeah.
Oh, I just lost my train of thought. See that when you get old? You have a thought, it goes in here and spills out the other side.
But you were saying like it's not good for.
Oh,
people
yeah.
like-
It gives legitimate
Yeah.
explorers a bad name.
Mhm.
I mean, we've stopped at a place and I explained to somebody what we do, and as soon as I explained them, they sort of, yeah, I'm gonna say no, and I have to. I don't want to say be forceful, but it's like, look, I'm not a teenager. She's not a teenager. This is what we do. You want to see the video after we're done? Or do you want to go with us? Just stay the hell out of frame. But, it's their property. It's their prerogative. you can't force people. You know, you can just
Yep.
politely try and change their mind. And sometimes it doesn't always work.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. RJ.
Some of them are pretty accurate, though. You got to admit, somebody put a lot of time into it. They. Never mind. I'll just stop there. It does, CF. I mean, luckily, out of all the places we've done, we've only gotten caught twice. And one of them, by the time I got done, I straight up with the guy, told him what we do and why we're there. And by the time we were done, he was telling me his life story, his wife's family story of the town, village, and that was cool. You know,
Yeah.
we gathered some good information from it, and wieners everywhere. Yeah, what is it with people doing dick balls? I mean, what is the point in that? It's like, look what I did. I mean, I'm not into graffiti, but some of the stuff that people do is extremely impressive.
Artistic, yeah.
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 I mean, I got a problem doing just normal stick
If they
figures.
would put their talent to good use.
Exactly. But yeah, and then the second time we got caught, you know, at first the lady was very, very bitchy. But according to her, I have a way of talking to people and you know, setting them at ease relatively quick.
Yeah.
So
You're able to talk to strangers, like just walk up to them and start talking to them. Me, I'm like,
hiding,
yeah.
looking down your phone. I can't see you. Yeah, there's like in the town we live in, I get along with the police. You know, we're the chief of police. Me and him are buddies.
Yep.
And I've asked him about that, you know, because around our town there's a few places, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, you know, if you see my truck at this particular spot, you know, you guys gonna mess with me? He's like, nah, we might join you. And you know, I've talked to a few police officers. I talked to a state trooper once about it,
And they're the hard ones.
They need to get laid more. But I asked them, I'm like, so, you know, what about this? And yeah, that's a big thing.
Yep.
Causing the damage and stuff.
Yep.
Graffiti. But I talked to a state trooper, and there was two of them there. And the guy that was a higher up, he was like a sergeant, I think. He's like, "Yep, nope, that's private property, blah blah blah." I said, "Well, you know, it's not posted, but we're not forcing it. No, doesn't matter." Later on in the conversation, the younger guy went inside for whatever, went to his car, and then the older guy's like, "Look, off the record, I personally don't care." He goes, "Somebody like you are an older person, you know, of course we're gonna question you. We are gonna ask for ID, stuff of that nature. How you act to us is how we're gonna react to you." And that's like that with any police officer. I mean, if you immediately open up the can of Instadick, they're gonna give you the same thing back, and you can't blame them.
Be sneaky so he doesn't get a call. That's funny.
Yeah. It's not illegal if you don't get caught. But, you know, like we've said many a times, if, you know, we show up on a piece of property and there's a posted sign, we don't go on the property. Granted, we might stay out at the edge of the road and flick, 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 take a few pictures and everything. But if there's no posted sign and doors are, you know, boarded shut or doors are, excuse me, doors are locked, we don't force our way in.
Nope.
If there's no posted sign and the door is wide open, in my opinion, it's fair game.
Yep.
Oh, it sure is. CF. There's it's because the road is public access. That's like airspace. I got into a minorly heated conversation with a state trooper. We came up on this place. It was an asylum, but they've had numerous issues with people going in there, so it is highly patrolled. Police, especially state troopers, will park right up at the gates. There's a big long street, and they will park up at the gates. And her and I went there one day and pulled in, and we're just sort of looking around, and there's a state trooper sitting right there, and he's watching me, and I'm watching him watch me. I open up the back of my my car, and I pull out my drone, and he's like, "What you doing?" So I'm gonna fly my drone. And I said, I'm gonna fly my drone. And he said, "You can't do that." I said, "Why not?" He said, "It's public property or private property, state property." And I looked at it, I said, "Where you're standing right there is state property. Up there is not state property." And he got a little bent. And but you know, it was one of those things. Yeah, I could sit there and argue with him, but what's the point? So while I was flying it is when I was talking to him. So finally I said, "Okay, sure, whatever," and I brought it back. Well, in the meantime, I already got videos and pictures of everything I wanted anyway. But that's, you know, airspace is not owned by anyone. Now, granted, you go up to a certain amount of feet, you know, you gotta with the FAA and all that stuff, but the drones that I have don't. Exactly, CF. That's what I told them, and of course, police officers don't like being told that. They like to be right, so you got to make them feel good. Yeah, hang on one second, CF. I'll show you the drone that I've got. Scoot you out of the way.
Okay.
That's not it.
Uh-oh. I'm trying to find it.
That's one of them.
Oh,
The little gray one.
I don't know.
Oh, I know where it is. Ding ding.
Wherever you put it.
I put it in here.
Yep, exactly, CF.
That's my bigger one. It's a holy stone, holly stone. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's a cute little thing. Little haven't flown it very much because seems like every time I want to go out, it's windy. And it doesn't like wind too much. Yeah, this here, it's comparable to a Maverick. It works. It does work really well. It has all the little features that I like because, you know, I'm kind of drone stupid. And I like the idea of being able to push a button and it comes back. You know, there's a lot of stuff I got to figure out with it, like doing the waypoints and stuff like that. But it's a nice little unit. Oop, you want to push that song bit there. Where are you? Come on.
Israel says someplace they don't want drone. Yeah, like say Area 51 don't want a drone in there.
Yeah. Well, then you get some of the people that get like really grumpy and they try and shoot your drones down, which technically is illegal. You can't shoot somebody's drone down because that's destruction of private property.
But you can't invade their
space.
Privacy either, right?
Right. It depends on what you're doing.
Right. Like, don't go in someone's backyard and
Peek into the windows.
Yeah.
Well, this one here I got CF is like just under the grammage for having to register it. But you know, even with that being said, number one, I don't fly much, which I should. I should get into practice a little more. But I don't go very high in the air. You know, I'll go maybe, if I go 100 foot in the air, that's a lot. Because anything after that, you kind of sort of, depending on what you're doing, you kind of sort of lose view of what you're doing. You know, you make your, like, say you're building, instead of seeing your building, you see your building. Yeah, you can fly it in there and not take pictures and videos.
Right.
But even with that, you know, to me, that's, you know, that's rude. You know, if you're flying, if you know people are there and you're flying in and out of your yard and everything, that's just rude.
Ignorant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because how do they know you're not taking pictures or video? That's the thing, you know. It's not like your drone has a sign, no video being taken.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of cool.
Good night, Israel. Thanks for stopping in.
Take care. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to be jumping. Wow, it's 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Time flies when you're flapping your jaws.
Yeah.
We're going to be jumping off here pretty soon ourselves. Got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. I got a whole lot of lawns to do.
I get to sleep in. Yeah.
Mental note, don't go in RJ's backyard with a drone.
Oh, goodness.
All right, CF. Appreciate it, man.
All right.
It's great to hear from you.
Very nice hearing from you.
Stay out of trouble.
Hope you have a good night.
Yeah, we're gonna be hopping off. Really appreciate everybody stopping in. If you haven't, hit the thumbs up. Share it out, shout it out, all that good stuff.
Have a good night.
Hey, everybody stay out of trouble and stay safe out there.
Take care, Bexy. Good night, RJ.
Thanks, Bexy. It's good hearing from you guys.
Mhm.
All right, we're going to jump off, all right? It was great talking to you guys. We'll look forward to the next one. Take care. What's that?
It says off to do naughty things. Oh no.